Cause on the go, eh? Okay, time get going. Okay, so let's start by farming some keys on the barbarians. Then we'll spend those keys on the demon hunter, and after that we will we might just start trying to push. Let's do 2 farms so that we get to 20 keys should be enough. And then after that, after we've got 20 keys, we'll spend 20, oh, probably 15 or so keys. And then we might just start trying to put the game sound up louder because it's very soft. So we'll spend some keys and then we might just actually reach a point today where we start to try and push a wee bit. So I'm gonna try and maybe push with the demon hunter. I am considering just doing the Marauder sentry bolt. I have quite good, well, I say quite good, but at least I've got ancient Marauder gear for most of them. Oh wow, nice. How do you manage to get banned on Twitch? How are you doing, man? I'd like to hear the ban story, please. So we are gonna farm some keys up on our barbarian, and then we'll spend those keys on the... Ja? Nee. Maar ik denk dat het fijn is. Ban evasion. Oh, it's oh. What did you do to get banned initially? That's probably the question. Oh wow, that's some damage. Oh. Well, that's a pity. I'm assuming they can figure out that it's a banned account. Are you using new emails every time or what? My enchantress is dead. That's unfortunate. Oops. Didn't lose focus when these buggers are attacking me. So I figured out the I managed to figure out the I don't know how they find that. Yeah, that's a bit weird. Anyways, so I figured out the demon hunter now quite well. So I'm just farming up keys because I'm out of well, not out of. I just have a very low amount of Greater Rift keys, and it's difficult to farm the keys on the demon hunter because of the fact that the demon hunter kills the enemies too quickly, then I run out of resources the whole time. So because I've got slightly less damage on the barbarian, he actually farms keys easier, and then we'll spend those keys, or we'll do the greater rifts on the demon hunter. So I'm quite quick now, not as quick as some of the pros, but I figured it out quite well. So I'm probably gonna spend like an hour farming keys to get my Paragon level up. I'm on 844 now. I'm hoping to get to like 900 today, and then after that I would like to start trying to push. Oh, I don't need to kill this goblin, they drop blood shards, which I need. So I want to start trying to push higher level keys by making a proper build on the demon hunter, because I actually have quite good gear for a push build on him. And then I might start leveling another character. The bar, okay, so the bar is yellow because it's not a greater rift, it's just a normal rift light, which is based on my game difficulty, which is Torment 17. Now keys are these ones that you see these greater rift keys, I've got 18. You get them from doing normal rifts, and then you plug them in to do rifts of higher difficulties, which are greater rifts, and they give you more rewards. And at the moment I'm just doing them for XP. They give a lot more XP than normal rifts. So I'm farming up keys so that I can do like 20 greater rifts in a row with the demon hunter. So yeah, I've got some good like there's a build for the demon hunter for pushing high level keys instead of farming keys that I want to try tonight and start to see how far I can push. But I might start doing another character this evening. I'm not sure yet though. But when I start doing another character, you can choose what we are going to level each one. So the choices we still have left is Monk, Witch Doctor, Crusader. Oh, I'm looting and this little bugger is shooting me. Monk, Witch Doctor, Crusader. Let me just kill them because they'll kill me again. We still have Monk, Witch Doctor, Crusader, and this one I'm missing. Monk, Witch Doctor, Crusader, and Necromancer are the ones that are left for me to level. So you can choose which one is next. We might not get to it tonight, but if you tell me which one you want me to level, I'll do that whenever I start leveling again. I'll probably end up doing all of them by the end of the season. Okay, let's just kill these guys. I think we've got 20 keys now, so we'll probably get rid of all this crap and then we'll jump onto the demon hunter. Then you'll see he's blasting. So when you make a level 1 character, yeah, you don't go all the way to Torment 16 difficulty. I think when we were leveling the demon hunter the other day, I was on Torment 4 or 5 the whole time. But when you are, if you're not level 17, the highest difficulty you can do is Torment 6. But we'll usually you see like where you can get high massacre bonuses, and then you'd use that Torment difficulty. So I probably will be around Torment 3 or 4, but we don't do keys, we'll just do those other levels again. And that's just until we get the characters leveled up. Okay, I need that for one build that I'm busy with. And I need, the other thing I need to keep in mind is for my push build, I'll need gear for the Crusader. So the Marauder Sentry build is the one we'll be using on the Demon Hunter to go high. And we use a Templar companion, so I need to start getting the gear for this dude. So if I've looted any of that now, I should not destroy it, but most of this seems pretty useless. That's not what we use for him. Yeah, none of this. We'll keep that because it's an ancient, so the golden line shows it's ancient. We keep that one because we'll need this on the build we'll use eventually to push the barbarian with. I probably need to do some organization of my damn stash again because it's looking quite bad again. That's the belt I need. Luckily we've got the belt for our Crusader companions already. Okay, let's leave this one. Yes, that's how you spell her name. SQLight3. I think she's watching. I'll let her type her reply. Okay, so let me show you how we blast with the Demon Hunter now. We're on. I'm doing level level 100 Greater Rifts on him now, and it's taking around 2.5 minutes, so it's going quite well, I think. And again, that's purely the build I'm using here is not something that you can go to like close to 150 with, but it's fast. So at this point, we're just using it to blast as fast as possible. The highest level rift is 150. So if I look at the leaderboard, like, oh shit, L. So you'll see on Demon Hunters, the highest that has been cleared up to this point is 143. And then there's like the top 1000. I have to clear like 133 to go in the leaderboard now. But it's super early. The season's been going for 2 weeks. By the end of the season, all of this will be 150. So then it will be based on how fast the 150s has been completed. So whoever does the fastest 150, excuse me, will be at the top. I'm not with this build. I probably won't be able to do 150 though. So I need to change my build. But for now, this is just a farming build to go as fast as possible and get as many of these Paragon levels as possible. Because the people that have been farming the whole time are already at the Paragon 2800, for instance. Anyways, okay, so you'll see on this build now we are pumping, and I figured out the speed stuff as well, how to go faster, so you'll see how quick this build actually is. It's really quite insane. And that's a dead end. So you can see it's pretty much just right click and go. Hence the stream title of Spin Cycle Engage. It's pretty much just literally that's the thing we do the whole time. It's insanely fast. But I've got 20 keys on him. I'll try to finish these 20 keys, then I want to switch my build for a short while to the Marauder Sentry build to see if I can maybe go to like I don't even know what I would be able to do, but I'm hoping I might be able to do like 120 or something like that. But we'll see when we do that a bit later on. I've got like quite good drops for that gear from the set that I need for that build. So I'm assuming we'll be able to do quite okay, but we'll have to see. I also haven't played that build since like January when I played it on the PlayStation. So I'm gonna have to try and learn the build a bit as well, because it plays quite differently than this one. Yes, dude, by the end of the season, you don't necessarily get hackers. There's no one that, like, outright hacking it's quite easy for, or cheating outright is quite easy for Blizzard to find, so they get banned super fast. But you get what they call botters, right? So people write bots to farm for them. So instead of me sitting here and doing key after key, they just have a computer program run the rifts for them the whole time. And then their characters out-level everyone else by far, so it's super easy for them to... so it's super easy for them to finish higher rifts by the end, because they have a lot more levels than everyone else. So that's the one way of cheating, where they actually do bots, and then but usually Blizzard can find them as well, because they exceed everyone else by a large enough margin that it's kind of obvious. But then you also get account sharing, which is also against the terms of agreement. So if Blizzard finds you, they block you. But it's multiple people playing on the same account, right? So I'll play for 6 hours, or if like people that do it, so one guy will play for 6 hours, then get up and his friends plays on the same account. So you pretty much have that account playing 24/7. So again, you just out-level everyone else super far. So usually they end up at the top of the leaderboard, but some of them get caught quite easily if they overdo it, like if you're like 10,000 or 20,000 when everyone else is like 2,000, then obviously it's obvious. But if they do it just a bit more than everyone else, it's not that easy to find, which sucks obviously, because then like there's no competition in it really. But yeah, anyways, how I make it do so fast is this smoke screen spell. It makes me faster for 1 second only, but I've got such a quick cooldown that I can have it on the whole time. So I spam it, I keep on spamming once, so literally every 1 second I go up. And my damage is just insane because of the gear I've got on. So it's super fast, eh? But this is really like a proper brain drain. I need to upgrade this gear as well. because I need that for the Marauder build, or this gem at least. So it's a pretty brain dead build, as you can see. I just spam 1 and right click the whole time, and hold down right click. Okay, so but yeah, we'll press. So the cycle is now we just keep on doing this, and then when our inventory is full, we just get rid of the gear and the blood shards. At the moment, I'm spending the blood shards on my wizard that I leveled, because I'm trying to get gear for this companion, the enchantress companion I'm using, and she needs intelligence gear. So any blood shards I gamble on my demon hunter can only drop dexterity gear, but since the wizard is an intelligence character, if I gamble blood shards on her, the gear that drops is intelligence, so I can use that for my other character's companion. So that's pretty much how you'll see me logging out onto the wizard every now and again. And that's just so that I can get some intel gear for my enchantress companion. But for the Marauder build we're going to be building, we'll be using a Templar companion, and he uses strength gear. Oopsie, I pushed it in the red there. So there is class specific gear. So the gear that upgrades skills that, let's say, the demon hunter has specifically, doesn't really make sense to use on other characters. But any gear I do pick up, I can share with other characters and they can use it. So the only problem is, for instance, my barbarian needs strength gear, while my demon hunter needs dex gear, and my wizard needs intel gear. So the gear isn't always super useful between different characters, but at least when you're starting out it helps a bit. But you also get like multiple, so for instance when I start building a crusader, for instance, the crusader also uses strength gear, so I can use gear that I farmed on my barbarian for my crusader and get him geared super quickly. So once you've got a level, and the other thing is, because I can farm the blood shards quickly, I can just go on my other characters and gamble the blood shards. So once you've got a character that's relatively well geared, gearing your other characters is super fast. You still like to get the ultimate gear, takes a while, but it's much faster than just like starting from scratch. So gearing my barbarian took the longest, and then when I got my barbarian properly geared, I then leveled this guy. And when did we level him? We leveled him on Friday evening, right? And by Sunday he was just insanely fast and strong. So it was very quick to get him strong, because of the fact that on the barbarian we already had all that gear. But as you can see, he's pretty much just blasting at this point, right? This is only a level 100 rift, so I can't push leaderboards with him, but I can gain experience extremely fast, so that we can then get these paragon levels I'm getting, and then use that on when I push the leaderboards. Okay, these I checked. That's like 2 minutes 40 seconds now, so we are pretty quick, I think. The only frustrating thing is I need to clear my inventory every like 2 runs, which is a bit of a pain in the butt. I might even just, we need to use these as well now. So now it's a bit frustrating, because then we need to identify the items, we need to destroy everything we don't need, then we need to log onto the wizard to get the gear. So the person following me is my companion. If you play solo, you can get a companion. There's 3 of them. I think they're this side. So there's a Templar, a Scoundrel, which is like a rogue type of unit, and the Enchantress. So you can give them gear as well, and they follow you. They've got spells that they can cast that do specific things, and they just help you. So it's an AI companion. But you put gear on them as well. Now the problem with my Enchantress is she's a spellcaster, so she needs intelligence gear. But you'll see all the gear I've gotten her is like, most of it is strength and dexterity, because I farmed it with the demon hunter and the barbarian. So now every time when I go and spend my blood shards, I rather go onto my wizard and then I gamble for gear, because the gear I get there I can use on my wizard, or I can place it on my enchantress companion. So it's a bit, there's a bit of optimization you can do in the way that you use it. Okay, so let's get rid. I would love to have a strength version of this, that's ancient, because that's what I need for my barbarian push build. I don't think we'll use that. Most of these we already have or we won't ever use. I'm just getting rid of it now because my inventory is, or my stash is extremely full. I always feel kind of my nerves to destroy like ancient weapons though, so I kind of end up keeping them. But again, that's just too much in my in my stash at the end of the day. No, so the grey one, that's not. Let's say I wouldn't call it grey. It's yeah. So white is the lowest quality, right? But this season there is an item called, and it's a seasonal theme. It's not doesn't happen every season, but this season you get these angelic crucibles, and this can be used to make one item ancient and give it a very specific power. And that's why this one is white. I've used the crucible on it. So it is, when you make it, use the crucible on it, you get almost the best stats that's possible on it, and it gives you one power. For instance, this special power that I get on this one, Strafe now casts the last non-channeled hatred spending ability cost. So this Impale is my strongest damage dealing. So no, you can't choose, you have to reroll. You can apply crucibles on the same thing until you get the same power, but it's random. But there's just 3 of them, so you get a lot of these crucibles. You just use a crucible until you get what you want. So this is my main damage dealing, this Impale, but the power that I got causes Strafe, which is this spinning thing, to cast the last thing I did. So if I cast that once and I start spinning, it keeps on casting my strongest ability the whole time, and that just smelts everyone. On the Whirlwind, for instance, on the Barbarian, my Whirlwind sucks everyone in, which is also the power for that. So it's super, super strong. So it's some cool stuff on that. But anyway, so just to give you an idea, you can see on this build, very little of my items is ancient. So ancient just means they have higher stats. And you can see like these gloves with the golden thing around it, that's ancient. But the gear I'm going to use for the actual push build is like most of it is ancient. And even this one with red, that is primal ancient. That's like the ultimate the role that you can get. So my push gear is actually extremely strong. So that's why I'm thinking I will maybe start trying to push a bit this evening and see if we can do like a 120. It's probably going to go worse than I think, because like I said, I haven't played that build in a while, but we'll get into it quite quickly, I think. It's an interesting build. You won't kill everything as fast as we've just done, right? Because they'll be much stronger, but you get everything together, then you place sentries all around, and the sentries shoot the shit out of everything. Your gear does lose durability if you die, but it doesn't break permanently. You just go to the blacksmith and he fixes it for you. Okay, so this is my level 70 wizard. So now I just go on her and I roll whatever I need for my companion, my enchantress companion on her, so that when I actually get gear, it's gear that I can use for her. I just need to quickly check what I actually need on her. I've had the helmet already. So this will be for my barbarian push, because which is this build I'll make later. So for this we've got that already. We have this. We need the chest and let's start rolling chest for now. That's not Del Russia, right? No. Okay. So none of that is useful. Hey, Yerek, how are you doing, man? It's been a while. So then we just roll until we get the chest. Then we'll send the chest over to my companion on the barbarian. But we don't seem to be lucky this evening. Yes, dude, yeah, I've been trying to get back into it just for fun. I've been playing a lot of, a shitload of Diablo 3 on the new season. It's a freaking awesome game. It's very, like, you get into a very specific loot grind loop, so it's not necessarily for everyone. But I get super addicted to it, and it's very similar to, I would say, almost a refined version of the World of Warcraft loot grind. So it just clicks with me like a lot. So it's really fun. So yeah, I've been playing it quite a bit. I actually only started playing for the first time in December last year on the PlayStation. And then I stopped for a while, and then I decided there's a new season that started like 2 weeks ago. So I decided it's time to get cracking again. Yes, it was the majority of the WoW time was 10 years ago, but I have actually played quite a bit of WoW in the recent, I would say, year or so. It's fun still. It's not the same though, and I know most people say that, but it's definitely changed a lot. So I enjoyed it for a short while, but I bounced out quite quickly. It's definitely not like, it didn't hook me as much as it did in the past. I did play it. It hooked me for a while. Like, I can't say it didn't hook me at all. I played quite a bit, but the dungeon grind is heavily dependent on pickup groups nowadays if you don't have a fixed clan, and it's gotten extremely toxic, dude, like really bad. And when I played again now, I played healer, and like if a group is not performing well, right? If the damage is too low or the tank doesn't do his job or whatever, everyone dies. And oh, okay, there I died. And everyone dies. They just blame the healer. So playing healer in pickup groups was extremely toxic. So I bounced out of that and then got back into the Diablo stuff. Are you still playing games, or is life too busy? To the Netherlands? Cool, dude. When did you move there? Oh, fucking hell, I keep on dying. I need to focus. When did you do the move, Yerek? That's exciting news. Cool, man. Where about in the Netherlands are you staying? Yeah, so the single player thing, that's the other benefit of Diablo for me, is you can play solo because there's solo leaderboards, right? So I don't have to have a team or a pickup group to play with. If I don't, I can just push my own on my own, which is quite nice. So where in the Netherlands are you? Yeah, it seems like chaos, but you get used to it quite soon. I'm just, like, I've made it, the build I'm playing is very fast and very easy, so I just pretty much spam right click the whole time, or keep right click down. So it might seem chaotic, but I could pretty much be watching Netflix while I was playing if I wanted to. That's cool. What company are you working for there? Okay. Yeah, I know Eindhoven. My wife actually visited there a while back. What are you doing there? Is it similar to what you did at 9 Dot, or is it something completely different? Both ships. I've heard of the company before. I can't remember where, but that's pretty exciting. Oh, that's cool that you're using ANSYS. Okay, so building ships. Are you using ANSYS Aqua for that, Garrett? Okay, that's cool. Which products are you using? Just normal Ansys FEA, or are you using the hydrodynamic package Ansys Aqua? And Viana, have you decided what character I should level next, by the way? So the options are Necromancer, Witch Doctor, Crusader, and I keep on forgetting the last one. Necromancer, Witch Doctor, Crusader, and Monk. Okay, that seems super cool. How did the company reach out to you, or did you find a job posting online and apply it? How did the move come about? Okay, cool, Alvian, we'll do that. That's a good choice. Necromancers are super strong this season, so I'm glad that's the one you chose. The Witch Doctors suck.
I'm still waiting.
Necromancers, just for interest's sake, fun fact, when I was a young gamer still, Necromancer was always a class I chose. So the first like proper RPG game I played was Guild Wars 1, which is a super old game. And I played a Necromancer, and from that point onwards, Necromancers were just the coolest, like in my opinion, the coolest thing ever. So Necromancer's a cool choice. Okay, that's cool. If they still need more people, Eric, just for interest's sake, I have I know a young engineer that is moving to Netherlands in December. He's moving there already because his girlfriend works for. She's a chartered accountant for, I think the PwC or one of those companies. So she's moving over, and he's already moving there. And their PricewaterhouseCoopers or whatever are doing all their transfers. But he is still looking for work that side. So if he's young, he's got I think 2 or so years experience. But if you guys are desperately looking for someone, I could definitely get his CV and send it through. He's already done quite a bit of work on Ansys as well, where he's currently working. So he works for Radiant screens. They do vibrating screens and tipplers and stuff. So just let me know if you guys desperately need people. I can send his CV through to you. Yeah, the Witch Doctors are quite weak actually. They're not, like, I guess none of the classes are super weak. All of them can do quite good, but the Witch Doctors I'm just not a fan of them in this game for some reason. Okay, so that was... Our bag fills up way too quickly.
I am returning to town.
Because we have to pretty much clear our bags every 2 rifts now, which is gonna get tedious. That's gonna make it take much longer to get to 900. And we'll probably just start spam salvaging, because looking at every single item, except things with the red and the gold mines. Okay, it's cool that we got a flavor of time, but we need a flavor of time that has intelligence, unfortunately. We need to check the Marauder, because the set we're building is Marauder, so we might need that one. Everything else is probably useless. Unless this one is better than what we've got. No, it's way worse. We need homing pads as intelligence as well. That's a problem. We should maybe theoretically actually be farming on the wizard, but she's not even close to having like good gear. Okay. He also studied at Tukkies, So he had a year experience in turbo machinery, design and manufacturing, and now has done heavy equipment like screens and tippers for a year. But yeah, I mean, if you guys have an opening, just let me know and you want CVs. He was a good worker, but I'm not gonna say you have like appoint him. I would just say I would send you a CV. He's a good worker and he's done a lot of not a lot, but he's done very good answers work. So you can send me a chat on LinkedIn, and if you do need someone, I'll send you his CV. Okay, so I'm not sure if we'll ever use this one, but it's Primal Ancient, so we don't ever throw those away, I think. I'm saying now, until at the end of the season my inventory is full of Primal Ancient shit. And that helm we need for the Marauder set that we are going to be doing next. We already have one, we just need to know if this new one is better or not, so... Okay, perfect. Yeah, it's quite busy, Eric. And Vian, I think you were a rogue, dude. I can't remember, but I'm pretty sure you played a rogue, which is like a thief-like character in Dungeons and Dragons. If you're saying you were the guy that stole stuff, it's definitely must have been the rogue. You're a halfling rogue, if I remember correctly. Okay, so that one has way less dexterity than the previous one. Less vitality. This one increases cluster arrow damage, which we are going to be using, so it's way better. So let's just stick with what we've got. Okay, and then we go again. Yeah, it is quite busy, but once, like I said, once you get used to it, it's relatively straightforward. It's got a very specific, very tight loop, so it seems like there's a lot of systems, but once you get into it, it's relatively easy to understand, and it's quite nice to grind out. So, but anyways, yeah. So I'll on that guy, I'll send you a chat on LinkedIn tomorrow, and then if you guys ever need someone, just let me know. So you said you're buying a new PC. Eric, how's the prices for PC stuff that side? Is it better than here, or kind of similar based on like compared to salary? We actually played quite a bit of D&D last year. I played with we played with some guys from work. I did a campaign and stuff, but it got a bit busy, so we stopped playing. So we haven't played in a while, but we probably need to get back into it. I miss it quite a lot. It is a shitload of fun. We had some great laughs. Have you ever played again after when you guys visit us? Okay. I think Benku bought himself a lot of D&D stuff at one point as well, but I'm not sure how much they played after that. We have to maybe have a session again at some point. Do a quick one-shot or something. The one we played with the guys from work, we played the same story for like a year, so it was quite cool. We got quite deep and got into it, but yeah, eventually things got a bit busy. Okay, so yeah, the living is expensive. Okay, if it's quite the same, that's fine. But yeah, we've looked at stuff in the past, like Austria and stuff, and the one thing that always seems much like percentage of salary-wise more expensive, has always been like the housing, right? It seems like it's way more expensive to stay in like any decent-sized place versus South Africa. Are you married, by the way, Eric, or did you move there on your own? Oh, so she's still this side. Shame, man. You must be missing her like crazy, right?
I am returning to town.
How's the admin stuff? Does it take long to get the paper sorted out or not? No, I didn't want to reset. Shit. That was sucky. Now I need to... Oh no. No, now I messed it up, so let's reset again. There we go. I'm assuming if you're waiting for South Africa admin, it's not the fastest. Okay, the unabridged marriage certificate, does that just make the admin process easier or what? 14 weeks, holy shit. I'm assuming you still have some time left to wait even now. Did the company do all the visa stuff for you, or did you have to do most of it yourself? Okay, I get what you're saying. Sure, there's a lot of shit on the screen at this point. There's a lot of shit I need to dodge there, which makes it a bit difficult. I think, like, these purple beams will melt instantly. Okay, yeah, that's cool. When companies get someone that knows how stuff works, it's way easier. Did you, just for interest sake, did you guys need to do any language tests, like English tests or stuff? Because I know for most, like in many places, you need to do the IELTS English stuff. But I'm assuming for the Netherlands, English test isn't necessary, right? Or did you still have to do that? And nice, we died. Okay, that's pretty cool. And what, like, do you guys need to learn, like, Dutch in any sense, or is it like all super English? Oh, you need to learn Dutch if you want to have citizenship. Okay. I mean, that probably wouldn't be super difficult, right? You just need to speak Afrikaans with a strange accent. Or do you need to speak Dutch specifically, or can you say that you can speak Flemish and then get citizenship? Because I think Flemish is way closer to Afrikaans. Okay, it's cool that you can at least like come right with English in the beginning. So just for reference sake, you say I've never played Diablo. What we're pretty much doing at the moment is called Greater Rifts, right? So it's when you reach level 70, it's pretty much the end game content, and it's randomized maps with randomized enemies, and you've got a bar on the side of the screen that fills up, and once it's full, you get the final boss or the Rift Guardian, and then you kill it. And the whole idea is to do that as fast as possible. And then there's increasing difficulty levels. So there's leaderboards, and this is the Rift difficulty. So I'm just doing difficulty hundreds to farm now, but the maximum goes up to 150. So the leaderboards goes about how high you've pushed, like in the tier of the Rift, and then how fast. So by the end of the season, everyone will be like at 150, but the speeds will come down. So that's pretty much how you compete. So it's just randomized maps and enemies the whole time, and kill them as quick as you can. Okay, that's interesting. Yeah, so there's some interesting, like, I've heard some interesting stuff when it comes to Dutch, right? Because when Andre was in in Eindhoven, she would be on the bus, and then they didn't understand at all if she spoke Afrikaans, right? Not a word. They didn't understand anything. And then she would explain to a lady in English. That lady would then ask the bus driver in Dutch. But when she asked him in Dutch, Hendrik can understand everything she's saying. So they can't understand us, but she could still make out what they were saying, which is quite weird if you think about it. Total War Warhammer. I played Total War Warhammer 1, but I can't fully remember exactly. Do they also have a similar system where you like go for higher and higher rift stuff? All of this is pretty much useless. We'll keep that one because it's... When 3 or more enemies are within 12 yards, you lose... I probably won't use that, so let's just delete it. Unless we need that for the Necro, but I mean, probably not. Can't keep on saving everything because my stash is gonna be so overfull by the end of this. Okay. So now we need to quickly log on to the wizard to get more items for my companion. Cool, thanks a lot, man. Cool, thanks for checking in. It was great having a chat with you. We should speak again. We'll chat again later. So stash, Vian, has you can start with 1 with this amount of space, and then you can buy more with gold. But the amount I have now is the maximum amount, right? So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 stash tabs is the maximum you can have. So unfortunately, I'm pretty full already if you look at that. But I think I am saving a lot of things that I would not need to save. But because I'm not super experienced yet, I'm not sure what is like super good and what is meh. So at the moment I'm just saving everything. Which is not like, I'll have to eventually stop saving everything. Okay, so let's try and get maybe the boots, the ice climbers for now. Because I know we definitely don't have those yet. Oh, that was quick and easy. And then the chest we need Talrashas. Okay, no luck there. Okay, so we're almost an hour in, but we're not close to having level 900. We'll check. Still need to think at what... none of that is useful, unfortunately. And we probably still need to do a bit of farming on the Barbarian for my push build Templar Companion. But I think we should be fine too. Yeah, like I said, I'm not sure how high we can go. And again, I'm not sure what, like if any of the things here is necessary. We want that for some of the other builds, I think. Shit, I don't know. Get rid of that, maybe keep this. I'm not sure, we might need that later on. See, that's the problem. I definitely I'm like too scared to delete anything, but that's gonna eventually I need to delete something. Oh wow, awesome, man. Well, congratulations on passing it. That's great news. Now the real fun starts, right? Actually learning how to drive in the way they want you to drive when you go for your tests. It's super frustrating and super weird. Are you gonna do driving lessons or something, or are you just gonna figure it out on your own? Yeah, I think you should definitely consider doing the lessons. The problem is, like with the whole license test, it's not about just knowing how to drive. You need to know how to drive specifically how they want you to drive. And it's got very specific ways in which you need to check and do like 5-point checks the whole time and so on. So just going to a lesson to just see, like get someone to show you that helps a lot. And sometimes, I guess, depending on like the school that you use, they sometimes know what roads the actual tests, when you do the actual license test, they will take you on. So then they take you there beforehand, so that on the day of your license you actually have a good idea of where you can expect that you have to go and where like the tricky parts of that is and so on. So it can help a lot. I think it's expensive though. I'm not sure what it costs nowadays, but I don't think it's cheap. But it is an exciting time. When do you, when's your birthday? You're not 18 yet, right? Or are you already 18? Okay, cool. So you can actually already make your appointment for. I shouldn't have stood in that blue shit. You can actually already make an appointment for the actual license test, right? Have you already made the appointment, or are you waiting to learn a bit first? Oh, I should be more careful. I shouldn't stand on the elites like that. That's a bit risky. But yeah, having a license will be fun, man. That first part when you can just, when you don't have to ask someone to take you anywhere anymore, is pretty fun. Oh well. Shame, man. Oh well, yeah, but learn a bit before you go maybe, and then give it a go, because having the freedom of being able to go where you need is really fun. So you said you guys started with the SQL today. Did you do any specific things on that yet? Or was it just like introduction stuff? Oh, I don't want to leave game, just want to teleport out. No, we can just do another one. How many keys do we still have left? 15. Okay. Okay, well, cool. That's something already, right? How long is the part of the course on SQL? Is it for you? Are you going to be doing SQL for a couple of weeks now, or how does that work? When we get that power pile on the one with the sword, we are super powerful. You can see everything's just melting. Yeah, this build is, man, just as I got overconfident here, I should be very careful to go and stand on the elites like that, because I do obviously a lot of damage, but I am squishy. Okay, that's pretty cool, man. Sounds interesting. Yeah, I guess SQL is really powerful because databases are like everything is based on data basically at the end of the day. And if you can find an efficient way to work with the data and retrieve the data you need, like that's really powerful. Oh, JS, okay. I have a lot of opinions on JS, right? The first thing to know is it's an awesome language for what it does, but holy moly, dude, if you said you enjoy the C languages because of how neat they are, JavaScript is literally the opposite. If you think Python is not neat, you should see JavaScript. I mean, you can pretty much type it in literally any way. So it's very powerful that for that specific region, because it's like super flexible, but holy moly, man, it just, like when I see JavaScript, it looks like someone ate code and just puked it onto the screen. It's really, it's really like all over the show. But it is very strong. I mean, that's obviously what, like, super strong for websites. Okay, because people, I mean, JS is super strong for websites, but people do a whole bunch of other shit with it as well. Like you can make apps with it, you can make computer programs with it. It's super powerful for what it does, but oh boy, it's dirty, man. HTML and CSS, okay, those are also quite interesting. But that's just the controlling what the website looks like, right? JS does all the rest of the work. But Andrea's done a bunch of that as well, so if you've got questions on that, you can let her know as well. I did quite a bit of that at university. You hate HTML and CSS. It's very like old and inflexible, HTML and CSS, but JavaScript is like the opposite. It's super flexible, but oh boy, it's dirty because of that. I guess it probably does not have to be dirty, right? Because the rules are very loose, people tend to code it very dirty. And you'll get like 3 people. You'll get 3 coders, and they'll all code JavaScript with different syntax because that's just how they learned, or that's just how they enjoy it. And it's fine, it still works, but yeah, it makes it difficult to like, I need to get away from these guys a bit and then run back because they are melting me. There we go. Thank you. But yeah, it is, I mean, it is what the entire web thing is based on, so. Although people are using Python nowadays for web development as well. Yeah, if you want to do AI, and also for many other things, I would say like of all the languages, if you want to not specialize in a specific direction, like specific industry yet, I would say Python is the best because Python is the most broadly applicable over industries, right? Python can be used for web development, Python can be used for making standalone desktop programs, Python can be used for apps. Handry works for a company that does a mobile app now, and they use Python for literally everything. So Python is super flexible. So I would say if you want to specialize in a specific program, Python is the best, right, Handry? Yeah. And again, for AI stuff, obviously, I don't think you can go wrong with Python. Python is super good for that. I'm not sure how they do, because the other thing just to keep in mind with AI is they use graphics cards to train these big AI models, and the graphics cards use CUDA programming language, which is an NVIDIA programming language. So I'm not sure how like Python interacts with that, but I'm pretty sure that probably there's some libraries that allow us to speak to it, but that's just something to look into. I'm not sure if you need to know CUDA specifically, or if you can just use a Python library for that. We don't have enough place to pick up all of that shit, so we'll just leave those. Lead code? I have no idea what that is. I mean, it could be a language, there's so many different languages, but I've never heard of that. Let me Google it. The world's online programming. LeetCode is the best platform to help you enhance your skills. I think it just teaches you coding languages. Look at this. Yeah, so look, it's online, but you can do C++, Java, or Python. It just seems like an online IDE or something. So it just maybe is like a platform to actually make an... I'm assuming you can run the pieces of code in here and see what they do, right? Yeah, there you can see it's actually... That's probably just like a learning platform to help you enhance your skills, expand your knowledge, and prepare for technical interviews. Okay. So it's probably like a learning tool more than a programming language, if that makes sense. Have you ever considered to do some game dev stuff just for fun, by the way? It's usually, I find it to be a great way to learn programming or get more flexible with programming. They mastered LeetCode. I don't know. I mean, I did only check it out very quickly. Maybe I'm misunderstanding what it does, but I haven't heard about it before now. But I mean, I'm not super deep into the programming industry, so I probably trust someone if they told you it's good. Let's see if these are better. It's got more dex, less vitality, the movement speed slightly lower, and cluster error damage. The ones we have strafe damage, so ours is definitely better. This helm, elemental arrow damage. We don't use elemental damage. Ours is better. The other thing we need to check out that I forgot is I saw people are using the lightning rune on strafe, and I've been using the increases your movement speed while using strafe. Let's try that out a bit. We'll do lower damage, but most of our damage is coming from Impale. Is there a... and then it can ricochet. I wonder if we should try that maybe. Just switch up the runes a bit and see. Because we'll be moving faster now. So let's see. We've been doing them at around like between 2 and 3 minutes. Let's see if we can do it faster now. Oh, JavaScript game. I mean, look, the thing about game dev, right, is I've never had any official like programming training, and I have actually built a bunch of small games just from like watching YouTube videos and stuff. So I would recommend, as an experiment, or not an experiment, but as like just a way to play around with it, just Google Godot or Godot, whatever, and it's a game engine, right? So it does most of the graphic stuff for you, but you can create images and import them and have them move and have game logic and stuff. So if you just want to play around and do simple games, like that's a great platform to do it on, or a great game engine for that. And you definitely don't have to do a course. You'll find like a lot of tutorials online for that. And the cool thing with game dev is you just explore, right? You just try shit until it works. This seems like we do way less damage. We are probably faster, but we are doing less damage against the elites now, which is not great. Like those elites took forever to die now. So we probably need to, like, we could probably keep on using the lightning rune for strafe because it gives us movement speed, but we probably want to use the fire rune for impale still because of our damage was much higher. But we'll see like at what time we finish. I think it's going to be a bit slower there because of the slow rate at which we're killing the although that wasn't too bad. Maybe we just got a tanky elite earlier. It's probably not too bad. That guy is still standing there, but we might be faster with the lightning stuff now. Okay, yeah, a professional certificate would be good, but I would say it's highly unlikely that you'd find a job in that industry in South Africa, to be honest, because there's very little companies that does game dev at a professional level. There's one that I know of that actually has made quite a big success on Steam. They're called Can't remember the name, but they are based in Cape Town. What's the name of the company? They made the game Broforce, so look for a company that made the game Broforce, and what was that? And they made Gorn as well. So the company that made Gorn is actually a South African company. They're based in Cape Town. So I mean, but I think what you'll find is if you speak to people from that company, for instance, they'll probably tell you none of them have professional degrees in game development. Most of those, the Broforce guys weren't at Rage. Obviously, we saw some other companies at Rage, right? But none of them are as big as the guys from Broforce. But I can guarantee if you like mail the guys at Broforce, let's see what the company's name is. But I can guarantee you, what was our time, by the way? 3 minutes. If you mail these guys, you'll probably find that none of them have like degrees. They probably all just learned it on their own. Free Lives is the company's name. Free Lives. So the thing about game development is you don't necessarily need a traditional degree or a traditional certification to make it in that industry. You just need skills because it's very experience based, right? But I think obviously having a degree or something makes it easier to get in the door. But if you want to, I mean, after you've done the Harvard stuff, you can obviously look at places like Udemy, which is also like an online, it's less official than Harvard stuff, but they do some courses in game development, Udemy, and so I think edX also might have some, but I'm not sure. But I mean, it's also just for fun, right? And it's a good way of honing your programming skills. Like you learn a lot by trying to actually build something. Yeah, I get what you're saying. I would say, like, my advice would be though, don't pursue game development. I shouldn't have destroyed the puzzle ring. I would say don't pursue game development as a career, and it makes me sad to say that because obviously I can imagine how fun it would be, but the chance of making a proper living is extremely low, unfortunately. That's just the reality of the case. It's an industry that is extremely flooded, and I mean extremely flooded, and it's probably highly unlikely that you'd be able to make like a proper living from it, which again makes me sad because it's one of the things I think I would enjoy a lot. So I would rather just say do it as a hobby or do it for fun. But yeah, if you like career-wise, AI and stuff's probably way safer. Okay, let's go spend our blood shots. Okay, so we've been going for an hour. I thought like we'd probably be at 900 after an hour, but we're still quite a ways away, which sucks. And I'm starting to wonder now if we shouldn't maybe spend our blood shots let's keep on spinning them here. We need Tarashas for this character anyways. The Tarasha is the chest we're looking for, so we'll use it for 2 characters in the end, which is good. But we haven't been lucky, unfortunately. Oh boy, this is a very unlucky evening from a gear perspective, unfortunately. But I get, oh, yay, just as I started complaining. Oh, okay, I almost thought I destroyed my ice climbers, but luckily I didn't. That would have been shit. Okay, so now we've got ice climbers and terrashes, so we'll place that in our inventory, or in our stash, so that we can grab them on the, let's just put them in here, and we'll grab them on the Enchantress. But we need to, unfortunately, this is more for the Barbarians push build. Okay, let's just pull those things out and give them to the Enchantress. So I'm starting to hoard way too much shit again. My inventory is so full. Just afraid I'll destroy something I need. Who's the girl? I think let's start there. Is it the old girlfriend you were speaking to the other day? Okay, those we'll keep. We'll switch these on here. And we need to take off our gems on that one. This is the right one, now Intel gems. I mean, this is already quite a bit better than we've had on on our that we can probably destroy. I think that's pretty much useless for us now. Okay, I mean, does she have a programming background or not? How many keys do we have left? 12. I'm wondering if oh, I forgot to change back to fire, unfortunately. Okay, so we did 3 minutes on the previous one, which means we aren't really doing different or faster or slower than the fire, so that's probably fine. Let's see if we can get it up a bit. Oh man, I shouldn't die, that's stupid. Could maybe try doing a bit of a higher key level. Oh boy, this is fun. No, definitely switching back to fire. We'll keep the strafe on. I think we'll keep on lightning because the movement speed's fantastic. But I don't think we are doing like we need to do more damage to these elites. And I'm gonna just leave the second one. And then we'll switch to fire. Okay, well, I go ahead. I'd like to hear what her answer is on that one. She's probably not gonna have the foggiest idea of what you're talking about. Let me know what she says though, I'm quite curious. Okay, we need to almost rush back in without changing my Impale rune back to fire. Yeah. So we'll be faster with strafe, but Impale will club fire now, so Impale will do more damage on him. So we might be on a sweet spot now. We start with the... Let's run through those things before they explode. Now that's way more damage. Maybe we should push the key level a bit. Let's see what time is on this one. Problem is we have enough damage to do a higher key level, but my margin for error goes down a bit and I die much faster. Because I'm already dying every now and again, which is not ideal for speed, right? Okay, that's going well. But I like the movement speed increase on the Cloud Architect. I've heard cloud, and I'm assuming a cloud architect is someone that works on cloud infrastructure or cloud, but I don't know exactly what that would mean. What do you know what they do, or is it something that you're looking at? So I'm not exactly sure if that means they set up cloud stuff like Google Cloud servers and so on, or if they just help companies like get their own cloud things set up and so on. I would be curious to hear what that actually means. Okay, we're blasting in this one. I think this will be sub 3 minutes definitely. This is definitely, and we're getting some nice pylons as well, so that means makes us even faster. Holy boy, this is fantastical. Okay, the highest paid job. Help companies take their company online. So I'm assuming, okay, so cloud is obviously the idea of not having servers at your company, right? And having online servers and having all your computer, not hardware, but resources almost in the cloud. So that would mean, I assume, a cloud architect would then be someone that a company appoints. Okay, that was lower than 2.5 minutes. That's fantastic. We'll push it a bit to a higher difficulty now and see how that goes. So I assume a cloud architect would be someone that a company employs to help them then actually get the proper cloud resources set up and have their own systems moved over there. That sounds quite interesting. And it's probably something that will be starting to become more common, because more and more companies, I can even see it in the engineering industry, are actually stopping to have local resources and are moving them onto the cloud. Yeah, so I'm assuming he works for a place and then figures out what cloud systems to use and how to move everything on there. Could be interesting. Could also be quite frustrating because cloud stuff can sometimes not work as intended. But I think like it's being smoothed out. Okay, so we're gonna do a 105 now. We'll probably die. So Eric, you mentioned you were getting new computer stuff. What are you getting? Yeah, people do say, like we've heard the security concern from clients that when we mention cloud to clients a lot, but I mean, like I would argue that in many cases, cloud security is less of an issue than on-site security. Because if you think about like banks use cloud, right? Like if the security on the cloud is good enough for bank, it's probably good enough for most companies. But I might be completely wrong. Like military and defense companies will probably not feel the same. Oh man, death. I would say your pointers question will probably be difficult enough. This is quite a beefy elite, this one. I'm not actually managing to kill him. Ah, fucking hell. Okay, so 105 is a bit too high for us, I think. Horizon 560, yeah, so 5600 is cool. And at 1060, but the 1060 is still probably like good enough for most things. Okay, but yeah, on screens I'm assuming can be expensive. Yeah, the cards, I mean, GPUs are also a bit in a weird space at the moment, right? Although they're like the 3080s and stuff, they're super expensive, but they seem to be readily available. So the prices are not as inflated as some of the other stuff with the shortage, right? So what games do you play? You mentioned single player, but do you play like graphics intensive games, or is it more like things like Diablo 3 that's not super graphics intensive? Yeah, but theoretically, I mean, you'd hope that they are never off, right? But I mean, it's probably something like, I think cloud obviously still needs it needs to be figured out into more details, into a more detailed, stable version, but it's definitely probably where we'll head in the future. Just because of convenience. I mean, if you just think about simulation resources, right? Discrete element analysis and CFD can now run fully on GPU, but the GPU card you need to run it is extremely scarce at the moment, and it just, oh, damn it, 105 is definitely too high at the moment. The GPUs are scarce firstly, and they are quite expensive. So like for instance, the CHPC in South Africa has a bunch of very high-end GPUs, and their prices for solving is quite cheap, right? So having a centralized resource makes sense when it comes to computing power and stuff. But yeah, it's obviously depends on the market. Oh yeah, I haven't played the newer ones like 2 and 3, but I played a lot of Warhammer Total War 1, the first Total War one they made. It's amazing, but also it's not, I mean, it's not lightweight, I would say, but it's not insanely intensive. Okay. If I die one more time, I'm gonna shit my pants. But we're definitely way a bit too under-geared for this level of work, and it's way too slow. We want to do these in under 3 minutes so that we can farm our levels up quicker. I'm gonna almost sit in that explosion.
Too low on discipline. Your fear betrays you.
So all the Total War Warhammer, so they actually link up with each other. That's freaking insane, dude. But yeah, Total War Warhammer was super cool. I've always been like an insane Warhammer fanboy. I actually prefer the 40k Warhammer, but the fantasy Warhammer is also quite cool. So playing Total War was Warhammer was really cool. And like back in the day, I was a super big Total War fan as well, like Rome Total War. I don't know if you ever played that one, but that was like an iconic game from my youth. So the mix of that and Total War was insane. That's insane, dude. Yeah, that's something that I should maybe revisit again. But I would imagine like a Warhammer 40k Total War. Don't you think that would be insane? Space Marines blasting everything. That would make my little gamer heart extremely happy. Because my love for Warhammer started with Dawn of War, which was another RTS. I don't know, have you ever played Dawn of War, dude? Yes, that game defined what RTS means for me, along with stuff like Warcraft, of course. But Dawn of War was insane. Yeah, it's obviously not a shooty game, but yo, Dawn of War was like, it broke my brain. Obviously, like the first proper RTS I played was probably Age of Empires, but then shortly after that I played Warcraft, which obviously set the bar and gave me like the whole like having heroes and stuff. That was what Warcraft defined for me, right? But then eventually playing Dawn of War with like adding units to the squad and the squad based game, yo dude, that game was iconic. Super iconic. We need this mace for the barbarian, so we'll keep that. Okay, the ice climbers we'll keep because it's ancient. Okay, so we've got another set of ancient gloves. It's got way less dexterity and less crit. Although the gloves we have don't have a lot of crit damage added, we probably need to re-roll that. But our gloves are better, so we'll just keep on to ours. That's fine. We've got that. This is probably not better, because the one we've got is really good. Okay. Okay, so our levels are going up much slower than I would like. Let's do... how many keys do we have left? 9. Let's go to like 102, maybe that'll be fine. Oh shit, sorry, I'll read your comment in a moment, Vian. I didn't know the enemies would start on top of me in this rift, so I don't wanna chill. Let me finish this quickly, then I'll read. That was close. Get those little balls. So these elites have a shitload of health. I'm struggling to run through them. Or maybe it's just the one. Ah! Well, we got him as well at least, but it sucks if we died. Okay, let's go. Let's burn. Okay, nice. We got a conduit in between a big pile of enemies, so that's gonna smelt them nicely. Even though we've died, this will probably be quite a quick one. through the fire quickly. Okay, this wasn't too bad. Let's see if we can carry the conduit over into the next one a bit. Ah, this is crap. Start for conduit because it'll run out by the time we hit the enemies. But luckily we have still some conduit left. Oh, that's close. Okay, luckily the elites are gone. The channeling with it. No, that's close call. Whoa, that was almost death. Luckily we've got some elf globes close by. Oh, wallers. I hate fucking wallers, they're the worst. The worst defeats. There's actually a potion that allows me to walk through those walls, but I haven't equipped it. Ah! Pain in the butt. That's aggressive defeat, that is shit. He jumps on me and then I'm instantly dead. Okay, but luckily it's still quite a quick one. Okay, just pick up all this crap. And I think we need to, we can do one more before we need to go and spend bloodshot again, then we'll probably try and start pushing hierarchies. Okay. Okay. Is that what she asked you, or is that what you asked her? So while you're, Eric, by the way, while you're busy saving up for all the, I need to go and level up my gem. While you're saving up for all the Warhammers, why don't you buy Diablo and then play some Diablo with me?
I may be able to help you.
Okay. Yeah. I honestly don't even know how to answer your question. Some of the looping stuff and so on is obviously straightforward, but the memory stuff is like whoosh, because I I only use garbage collected just because I'm a lazy boy. Diablo's on special now. Oh, you've already got all the Warhammers, okay. I mean, but then there's no reason not to play Diablo with Vaynant, right? It's on special now as well, and if I can have you leveled 70 in a very short amount of time. You never played World of Warcraft, right, Derek? Or did you? Oh, well, you're in a foreign country without your fiancé, so I imagine you have a lot of time to play games, right? But yeah, let me know if you're really interested. I mean, you can, like, if you want to play through the story, I'm definitely not going to do that with you. I've played through it once and I'm not playing through the story again. But if you want to, like, level up to 70 and farm some rifts and see if we can push the leaderboards, I'm going to be playing a lot of Diablo over the next couple of weeks, so I'm definitely keen to play with you. Oh yeah, I mean, internet was an issue, dude. I played WoW in varsity on 3G, and like I always remember running out of cap, and then like 3G was still, well, it's still expensive now, right? But back then it was like hell of expensive. So I would run out of cap, and then I would spend like some of my, like, I'd need to find money to buy cap to play WoW because I didn't have any more like zakgeld left. Yo, dude, those were the days. It's insane how like we take quick internet for granted now, but can you remember, holy shit, our internet sucked, dial up and crap when we just, like, back in like high school and stuff. Okay, I didn't know you could actually play the Warhammer campaign co-op. That's pretty cool. Yeah, dude, I was speaking to my wife the other day, right? Oh, WAP. Yes, I forgot. And what was it? What was the other one before ADSL? It was IS something something, right? There was another type of internet. Can you remember that? Can't remember what it was called even. But me and Andrew were speaking the other day, like how sad it is that kids nowadays don't LAN anymore, right? It's just all ISDN. There you go. It's all just online. Like I remember, like the LAN parties were the best, dude. And it, like obviously I remember them fondly, but like half of the evening would be spent getting that one dude's computer to communicate with everyone else and shit like that. But yo, those were fun days. We played a crap load of Dota at LANs. Oh yeah. Yeah, and just, yo, those are big times, dude. But nowadays it's all just online. And it's obviously way more convenient. Yes, dude, LANs were super in person. So LAN everyone would pitch up with their computer and you'd connect over network and then play like Counter-Strike Source, which is way before CSGO and stuff. Or Counter-Strike 1 and Half-Life, dude, the OG Counter-Strike. So Counter-Strike started out as a mod for Half-Life. It wasn't even a game on its own. And that was one of the big LAN games for us. Yeah, COVID obviously pumped online, but yeah, I miss my LAN days, man. Yeah, dude, you'd have to, like, the entire backseat, your mother would take you, your dad would take you, and the entire backseat of the car would just be your computer hardware. Yeah, people would probably just club each other. Yo, no, we had some good LANs, man. And then in varsity, me and one buddy were, yeah, yeah, we would slap each other on the game. In varsity, one of my like best friends studied in Potchefstroom, and I was in Pretoria, so we would only see each other pretty much over December holidays. But we would literally be playing Dota every single day until we heard the birds in the morning. Then we would go to bed. But yeah, I mean, if you have another buddy that plays Diablo, you should definitely check it out. Yeah, like it's, I don't know what's it like now. It's like 30. It's on special for 30 euros, I think, something like that. Which is not nothing, but it's not extremely expensive. And it's real fun. Spike trap damage. This is probably not better, no. Okay, so we need to go and spend bloodshots on our on the wizard again. So maybe when we log back to the demon hunter, we should try the marauder build and see if we can go higher. 2 days food. It's probably more than 2 days food here, so I don't think you should complain. It's $500 this side, so yeah. Well, I mean nowadays you never know, but I could probably eat more than 2 days for $500. Is it 30 euros for 2 days food? That is more expensive. I'm assuming in the bigger city it's even more expensive, right? How big is the city you live in? Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess that's the other big thing is meat prices, right? Because meat's still relatively cheap here. Okay, what do we need? We got the chest on the previous round. I don't think we've got a intel And we need rings as well. Let's go for the Oculus ring, hopefully we can find it. And then we probably need to get some stuff for the Leoric Signet. I don't think that's the one. Nope, we don't need that. We probably need to get some stuff for the other companion on our Barbarian. So I'll pull up the Barbarian before we go for a round or two quickly. 9 euros per kilogram. That's very compared. So, like proper lean mints on this side probably be, what's it now? Like if you can find them on special for 100 rand a kilogram, or maybe 110, 120. So it's like 1.5 times the price that it's here, pretty much on that side. But I think, yeah, obviously we can't just compare like that, right? You should compare salary, percentage of salary wise, usually, which is 15 euros for a 300 gram T-bone. Sure, don't you? I bet you're missing spur now, right? Okay, let's farm some keys again. And then while we're farming keys, we'll get the gear for our Marauder Templar buddy. Some of these we already have because we started out with the Barbarian, but let's do 1 or 2 of these farms. Oh bro, yeah, that's quite expensive for a T-bone. I mean, that's even worse than like proper Hussar grill or something, right? So you could go to cream for that price, I guess. But I guess you adjust, right? I mean, like meat's not everything. This is my Barbarian, by the way. As you can see, it's also a build that just spins. Excuse me, I've got something in my throat. So this is also still just a farming build. I am trying to get gear to do push builds, or which are builds that you try to go as high as possible on the gear, the tier of the keys. Pick 2 times a day. Okay, but then it's probably not too bad. What's pork like that side? Because pork's always, you should be probably quite a good cheaper alternative, right? The cheese, I can assume so, right? And the pork, I would like to see that. Oh, you don't like pork, dude? I love pork. That's like the ultimate poor man's meat, this side as well, right? Because it's really inexpensive and you get some really good cuts. Like Checkers on this side sells pork rums and pork ribeyes, and if you cook it nicely, it's really, really, really nice. Pork mince sucks though. I hate pork mince, so I wouldn't really have that. And like a nice pork belly, how much would that be? Chicken mince, I've seen it here as well. You get it at the fancy places like Woolies, but mince is not mince if it's not beef, dude. And chicken meat, like chicken breast and stuff, is that also relatively inexpensive, or how does that compare? Expensive, okay, that's interesting. Oh, shame, dude. Why don't they have pork belly? Surely they should have forks. What do they do with the belly meat? Do they just make bacon or whatever? Yeah, I'd probably get it at like a proper meat place. But they have a lot of sausages and stuff, right? Don't they? Like Frankfurter type of sausages and so on. Or is that not this in Netherlands? Is it more like in like Germany and so on? 4 euros for 2 chickens. Sorry, I read 2 chickens. I thought that's not that bad. 2 chicken breasts. Holy shit, dude! You could probably buy 2 chickens for that price on this side. They probably won't have bison and turkey in Netherlands. Those you probably will only find in America type of vibes, right? Turkey and duck. Oh. dried sausages. Wait, €4? That's $80 for 2 chicken breasts. Yeah, that's very expensive. Why is it so expensive though? Surely they must have like a lot of chicken farms, or do they have like literally no farms? I thought the Netherlands had quite a bit of farming as well. And or is it like really not a lot of farmers? 21% VAT. Okay. We've got 16% VAT, so it's not that. Oh, I guess 20. Yeah, it's not super low. Okay. That's interesting. But overall, so far, have you been happy with the move, or are there some things that you miss, that you find you've been missing like a lot, except for your fiance, of course? €16 an hour. I think that's for. Yeah, I think that put things into perspective. A bit, I think. I think I get €16 an hour. That's a lot, right? Calculator time. Let me just kill this freaking Rift Guardian. I can't believe I died to a non-greater Rift. But I have stolen some gear from my Barbarian for the Demon Hunter. Oh, this is a tanky ass Rift Guardian.
I am returning to town.
Okay. Okay, and that's cool. Are you gonna get a car that side, or are you gonna drive by, or do you live close enough to everything to just use the bicycle? Oh, €3,000 a month. That's a lot. Okay, let's just check what we need on our Templar. Okay, so I think we might already have a lot of this, so we'll send that over somewhere that we... let's just see if we need any of that. The Oculus ring we'll probably have on him. Okay, so we just got an ancient Oculus ring. That's fantastic, so we'll keep that. What necklace do we need? Flavor of Time, we'll probably have that as well. Okay. 14k is quite a lot, 2 directions. Okay, if you can shower by the work, it's fine. And I mean, at least you get your exercise in that way, right? So I've considered, when I was still doing a lot of bicycle, I've considered just driving to work just for exercise purposes, right? So I guess it's not that bad, and I'm assuming if you get used to it, it's probably fine, right? Okay, so we have a Leoric's crown with strength. We might have a better one. What else do we need here? Okay, homing pad, shoulders. What's this? Is it another level 70 Leoric's crown strength? Oh no, that's a broken crown. Okay. Yeah, I've seen. Were you there when they had the insane heat waves, or did you go just after that? Because it seemed like really crazy at some point, right? Don't I have homing pads? I thought I had the shoulders. Must have destroyed them, which is a pity. That's a Dex crown, unfortunately. Dex. E-bikes. That sounds like cheating to me. I don't think we've actually gotten rid of our homing pad shoulders, unless we still have them. No, we don't have them. That sucks a bit. See, that's the problem. I never know what I should keep, so I destroy a lot of stuff that I actually need. Okay, I see what you mean. Yeah, like some of the streamers I watch from there were also complaining, and they mentioned that the issue is that because of the fact that like the houses are so well insulated against cold, like having that high heat just sticks in your house the whole time, and supposedly it has been terrible. Okay, so we need unity. I think we've got a unity. Yeah, and it's got a strength. That's perfect. Flavor of time. Hopefully this isn't the strength flavor of time, right? Fortunately not, but we'll have to use that for now, and then we'll probably try and find a strength one. The one has air cons, yeah. Okay, but luckily you missed the bad. Like, people in Spain died from the heat, so I assume it was really, really bad. What's this? Star Russias? That's a weird item. For strength, I'll send the Star Russias from the other one. What else do we need? Is Vian also in Netherlands? He's doing biomedical, right? Oh, that's awesome. Tell him I said hi, dude. If you see him again, please. I haven't spoken to him in decades. I think the last time I spoke to him was in the optimization elective subject in 4th year. Or in 5th year, sorry. Okay, that's cool. So is he actually part of the operations and stuff? If so, I'm really glad for him, because I know he actually also wanted to study medical, and then he ended up going mechanical and then into biomedical. Okay, cool. Please tell him I said what's up if you see him again. We were optimization buddies. Okay, there's shoes we can make. Okay, that's pretty cool. That sounds like a really, really interesting direction. I've actually been very... Yes, with Nico Volker, that's the one. That guy, dude, like, he's way too clever for his own. He's so intelligent. We've been working with him quite a bit with the Rocky DEM stuff, because he wrote his own dem code recently. So, but holy shit, he's intelligent. But anyways, like the biomedical stuff have been fascinating to me, especially from simulation point of view, right? Because if you look at fluid structure interfaces, you can simulate the arteries and the blood pumping through them and stuff like that. And UCT did quite a bit of research in that kind of direction. So I've been curious about it. So it seems like a very cool direction. Okay, let's find... Hopefully this will be good enough for now, for our Templar, so let's move that over. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, Ansys is like flexible, dude. So you said do I understand correctly, your fiance is in the medical industry, you said, right? Yeah, the measure is insane, dude. Although, if you think the Ansys general measure is good, you should see the Fluent measure, the CFD measure they have now. That thing is insane. Literally, if you're 5 years old, you'd probably be able to build a mesh for CFD in that thing. You should see how it does polyhedral meshes, so it's pretty much impossible to get a bad mesh, and it's pretty much auto mesh all the way. And I've never been a big fan of auto mesh, but that is literally the most robust mesh I've ever seen. It's really powerful. They've pushed the limits with it like a lot nowadays. So CFD, we've been selling it to a lot of people that traditionally just wouldn't even consider the CFD because of the difficulty. It's insane now. Yeah, tape meshes, that's the problem, right? The problem is people compare Ansys to other things like for instance NX the whole time, because they just look at capability charts. They don't understand. Yeah, I mean, look, you can ask. Usually the problem is CFD people are very ingrained in what they've been used to, right? Star is not a bad product. But Ansys is definitely better now than Star. I think the Ansys HPCs might be slightly more expensive though, which could hold some companies back. But just ask them to ask the Ansys people to come and show you guys a demonstration of the Fluent Mesher, dude. That thing is ridiculous. Let me see if I can quickly show you a video. We're getting off track now, but you should see this. It's like the meshes are. I've been doing CFD, by the way, and I'm an absolute idiot when it comes to
attack
CFD.
and movement speed, because the base duration gets up to like
If you
And,
work in IT, you need to Terra. An all-in-one remote
and they can have
monitoring
polyhedral meshes that transition into hexahedral meshes. So it's very, very efficient. So they call it the PolyX core, and it's patented technology, the PolyX core. So I'm not gonna listen to the whole spiel of this guy. Let's just jump to an actual mesh. There's a lot of stuff, but I want to show you what the mesh physically looks like. So you'll have it starts off with a tetrahedral surface mesh, and then it eventually creates this type of mesh. So you sometimes have, I don't know why it's got still tets on the boundary, but hopefully they'll zoom in on the region on the inside soon. Shows a picture, man. Come on. That's not a good video. They have a good thumbnail, but they don't show that anywhere in the video. But this is a poly. I think this is just poly. This isn't PolyX core, and they don't do it from Workbench nowadays. It's all in the Fluent Mesher.
Dynamics problems.
So the polys they're super easy to make. You just do it automatically. They are more RAM intensive though, so you need some more RAM. So there you can. Trying to find some better videos, but yeah, you can see that's what the polyhedral mesh looks like. But it's in like the thing is that really makes it useful is it's all automatic, right? You almost do no domain decomposition. So you can have, they've got some good example. Hopefully this will show it right. I'd like to see a bigger image though. I'm gonna stop looking at mesh pictures now, although nice meshes do make me feel all warm and fuzzy inside. But you can read a bit about it if you guys look at that, right? So you've got a polyhedral layer around the complex geometry, and that polyhedral layer can transition into hex elements. So that polyhex core technology has been patented by Ansys. And the other crazy thing now, dude, is they are solving natively on GPU, and they've tested that at the CHPC for us, right? And the native GPU solver on a V100 is as fast as 8 24-core CPUs. That is insane. It is insanely fast, the GPU solver. So definitely, I mean, if you guys are doing FEM in Ansys, just ask your channel partner or whoever sells Ansys to you to just come and show you some of the new developments in Fluent. It's really good. And I'm saying this not just because I sell Fluent, right? Because I get no value if your company buys Fluent, but I'm just really excited about the software because the amount of improvements it's had in the recent years is honestly mind-blowing. Okay, so we're gonna steal the gear off of the Enchantress for our Templar now. We don't have everything we need though, but we'll probably be fine. We don't have a proper shield for him, which is not ideal. What gloves do we need for him? I don't even have that gloves, so we'll pick something random. Sure, my stash needs to be cleaned out a bit because it's all over the show. That's like none of these are super useful, but we'll just pick something. Okay, so let's grab our. I don't think we need anything else of the Enchantress though. We might need the red gem, I think. No, we don't. Okay, so let's grab the Templar. And his inventory is probably still empty. What skills are we using on him? We want the thing that prevents him from dying. That, and that. Okay. Cool, Bjorn, I'll see you in a moment. Okay, cool. Thanks a lot, Eric. It was great having a chat with you, man. Like I said, if you decide you want to play some Diablo, let me know and we can team up a bit and we can get you leveled quickly. But thanks for checking in. It was great having a chat with you. Good luck with everything on that side and good luck with the paperwork for your fiance. Cheers, man. Have a good evening. Nope, I've just been trying to figure out all the things that I need to do for this build. I'm hoping we can do... I might be over ambitious with how I think we can push the... how high we can push the difficulties. Okay, go ahead. Just do keep in mind I know literally absolutely nothing about chess. I suck at chess, but I can definitely try and answer both your questions. I'll probably need to remove some of these gems though. Let's keep these in my inventory. We keep on, I think we keep Captain Crimson to be honest. Yeah, so those stay. That makes it a bit easier. And those we'll keep there because we probably keep on squirts as well. Okay, so let's run through this. What do we need? We need all our marauder sets. I don't think we use Yangs. I think we've got all of those. Oh no, we don't use the Manticore. We need to cube the Manticore. I should have already cubed the Manticore. There's a chance we can't cube it now because we might not have mats. One person can read. I'm gonna have to think about that. So one person reads minds, okay, and the other person can see the future. I mean, it's an even match then, isn't it? Then the better chess player wins. Am I wrong? Let's start with the legendary powers, okay? Zoe's secret, I don't think I've got that belt. Let's go and see if we can find it in my inventory. Oh man, I need to have sorted my thing out way better. I didn't realize I needed so many items still. I don't, like I'm completely missing a belt. No, yeah, on my... shit. What do other people say? What's the other answers you've had? Focus and restraint. Where's my restraint ring? Shit. I think I've messed up my inventory a bit enough that I've gotten rid of shit that I still needed. That's fucking terribly stupid. Where is my fucking ring? Oh, there it is. I'm an idiot. Okay. Okay, so we've got our gear on. Okay, now let's do our gems first. Okay. Unfortunately, we are missing one of the items in our that we should have queued. We don't have that belt. So let's, I mean, there's a very low chance, but maybe let's firstly see if it's something that we can get from this. It might be one of those things that we need to do bounties for, which we're definitely not going to do now. Oh man. Okay. Yep, it's not here. Don't tell me I need to do bounties, please. They probably won't. What's your second question? It's a... Where do we get it? Okay, so they used punch cards, right? And then they made something that had like a reader and it would physically change the electronics. So the electronics can, like they programmed it manually with machine code, right? Because computer programming is literally just a 1 or a 0 and it's current or no current. So they had an electric PCB board or PCB, which is a board, and they could turn on currents on and off, and then by manually defining when the current is on and off, that's how they made computers. Does that make sense? Where do we get this belt? And why can't I get it? Oh, I'm being an idiot. It's on Demon Hunter. Okay, it's not something that we need to farm bounties for. Let's see if there's a hold thumbs that we just get it now, please.
I cannot afford that.
Never lucky, I guess. Let's put that. We'll go and cube that just because that gives us armor and maybe we need some survivability. It's a shit one, but that's one that we can cube right now. So what do you think about that answer? I'm assuming there's some clever answer that I missed. Okay, take that one for now. That's sucky, that's a sucky power, but it's all that we have at the moment. Okay, let's do gems. What are the actual real legendary gems that we need? We want for Bane of the Trapped. And okay, so our squirts is actually perfect. I wonder if my Bane of the Trapped is on my Barbarian. Now I used Bane of the Trap, we should have it somewhere. Yeah, I'm not sure like how the actual reading of it worked, right? But it was just 1s and 0s is current or no current. And then the electronics did something based on that. There should be like good videos on that on YouTube maybe, because I don't know the really deep details. Just kind of an overview of how it would likely have worked. Okay, I don't know, we need this gem, but I don't know where Bane of the Trapped is. I need to go and find my Bane of the Trapped, because I've got a good one. And the Templar has got just a red gem. Okay, so we can probably go and save those 2 gems where I placed my other gear now. Where is my Bane of the Trapped? Hopefully it's on the Barbarian. Let's quickly check. But it's probably gets very technical, and I'm assuming what you'll probably find is that there were several first computers, right? That had different ways, because you can have 1s and 0s with light, you can have 1s with 0s with electrical current. But I know the original programming languages, my dad used to do this at first past, he worked with punch cards. So he had like a physical thing with like holes in it, and you'd plug it in and it would read your code. I don't know the specifics, but that's how they worked. Okay, so my Bane of the Trapped is not on my Barbarian. and now I am concerned because I definitely had one. Where is my Bane of the Trap gem? Shit. That's Wild Beast. Shit, dude, I don't know where my fucking gem is. That is concerning. That's really concerning. Please don't tell me I got rid of it. Oh, there it sits. Sneaky, sneaky gem. I hope this build is already quite good because I don't want to... it takes forever to actually go through the process of setting it up. I'm hoping I'm not screwing up now. Yeah, it's super old electronics, I think. But it is quite interesting. I mean, it's still... it works on the same concept now, it's just a lot more ones and zeros. But just for interest's sake, if you're curious about those things, do a bit of research when you've got time on quantum computing and the theory of quantum computing, because it's a newish theory, but theoretically they say you should be able to do computing with an infinite amount of numbers, not just ones and zeros, which would be infinitely faster. But it's super conceptual and not something that is currently actually something that has been done yet. Still interesting to think about though. Just add sockets to those.
That would not be wise.
Okay, that's not possible. Okay, shit. Now we need to still keep our heads about us. Okay, let's do gems. Okay, I think we've got all the gear in for the demon hunter first. Okay, so we need 4 physical resistance gems or 4 all res gems. Okay, so let's see how many all res gems we can make, because it would be great if I don't have to take them out of the other gear, because then I have to put them back later, and moving gems to and fro the whole time will get super irritating. What would really suck is if I go through all this effort now and we end up only going like 5 levels higher. Well, it's kind of theoretical, right? I don't understand the deep details, but it pretty much makes use of the fact that electrons are theoretically in many positions at once. I don't understand exactly why or how that works, so I don't have a lot of detail, but the fact that an electron could be in infinite or in a very large amount of positions at the same time theoretically means you could use it in some way to do computing, but like I said, I don't have a very deep understanding of it. Kind of breaks my brain, but it is interesting to think about. It's very conceptual still at the moment though, or theoretical. Okay, unfortunately we'll have to take out... we probably shouldn't have started looking at doing pushes yet, because we are just pretty much wasting time now, I think. We won't go super high, and there's pretty much disassembling all my gear, and we'll pretty much just have to reassemble them later on. So, but I guess we've come this far, we might as well check out how well we can push. I guess that's what it is. Yes, I've heard of the Schrodinger's cat thing. It's a bit weird, but I kind of understand what they mean. Like, theoretical physics gets super weird if you go deep into it, but you should check out the whole concept that the time dimension things, and like, I don't know, like again, all of it is kind of super theoretical, but there's some interesting concepts that time is just a dimension, which would theoretically mean that there could be higher dimensional beings, or yeah, there's interesting things out there. in the end of the day, it's difficult to prove any of that specifically, and I think it would never be possible with our, because we are fixed in our reality, right? Can't escape that fact. But it's interesting to think about it sometimes. Okay, we've got 4 gems. We've got a kind of shitty, with full gems at least, I mean, we've got a kind of shitty cube, but that's fine. No, I don't know how it was thought of. Is there some background? Okay, the Templar gets red gems. We won't have that many red gems, unfortunately, but we can make a bunch. We can make a bunch. This is not going to be as good as I expected, and I'm going to just have to spend the same amount of time going back to my old build, so... Probably not the best move to do it now, but we're halfway there, so might as well finish now. Okay, so we just... and our Templar has... doesn't have great gear. So let's just slap it all in there and hope for the best, right? Okay. That is all these gems. Is he supposed to have... he can have sockets on these other things, but we don't have sockets for him now, unfortunately. Let's give him that. Not great. And we still need to give him a shield and a token. Oh man. Guess that's fine. I just screwed something up good. And theoretically we want the token that says he can't die, but I got rid of that token unfortunately. Shouldn't have done this now, we should just be farming, dude. I've been an idiot now. This is wasting a lot of time. Yeah, I think like the story about the Schrödinger cat is interesting because it's used so often nowadays, right? So it's interesting to see where it's come from. The thing about time travel and superposition is, as soon as you start thinking about time as a 4th dimension, it becomes an interesting discussion, right? Because like there's things like what happens if you obviously move close to the speed of time, and the fact that the time dilation thing, that if you have one clock moving faster than another clock, the faster moving clock slows down, right? It's weird stuff. Or it sees more time, I can't remember now. But like it's interesting. Yeah, it's interesting to think about that. Okay, now we need to do our skills. I don't think we're gonna be as good at this as we are gonna suck. This is gonna be a terrible experiment, and we are gonna die and not gonna be efficient in increasing our clear level. But luckily we can like save builds, so luckily we'll just save it and have it again later. Use it again later. So this build is focused around... the reason I thought we would be good is because we have so many ancient pieces for this set, but I didn't realize I have some other things that we kind of need that I don't have yet. Wolf Companion. Shouldn't we have the companion? Wait a minute. Oh shit, I really need Zoe's belt. That will help a lot. It gives me reduced damage for all the companions I've got active. Where's my... don't I have like a set or something? Companion calls Orca. I'll have that set, okay, that's fine. Okay, and then we want Vengeance for our burn phase. Vengeance, that is gonna be on Siva. Okay, what am I missing? I've missed Vault. We do want to be a jumpy boy. We're not gonna be a spinny boy, unfortunately, in this build. We don't do any spins. And we need to avoid the mage because they can make us hurt a lot. And it's this one, Vengeance C. Okay. And passives. We need to do passives. Okay. Call the weak. We've got ambush. What's the other one? Little hearts is custom engineering. Oh, it makes our sentries last. Excuse me. And then awareness. When you receive fatal damage. Okay, so it's like a cheat death pretty much. Okay, so yeah, it would be interesting to hear, so please go ahead. Okay, so we are gonna suck now. A lot. You have been warned. Why do I only have... Shouldn't I have 5 sentries? Why don't I have 5 sentries? Why don't I have 5 sentries? What am I missing, dude? Oh man, I'm so confused. This is supposed to be you may have 2 additional sentries. Why can't I have 1? Oh, I can have 5 sentries. Sorry, I'm an idiot again. Just being an idiot again. Okay. Okay, here we go. Let's start out with a tier 16. Just a T16 to see. So theoretically, we don't want to kill anything. We want to have them all bunched up and then we club them with our sentries. We need to shoot them every now and again just to get our we could probably vault around. Oh damn, that's a lot of damage. And then we throw our sentries and we shoot with our sentries. Okay, I don't know if I did that right, but there's a lot of dead enemies, so I'm assuming we kind of have it right. It's very slow though. Okay, I think we're quite I don't really know what I'm doing. I'm confused. We'll figure it out though. Let's complete the tier 16, okay, sorry. So we roll. I don't think I want to change my buttons up, but it's fine. If we shoot every now and again, we've got some more survivability. Oh man, they're too slow. The enemy should be following us. So we do sentries. The sentries very much do the killing. Okay. I just want to figure out how we bunch all the enemies up because that's kind of what we want to do. I want to change up my buttons a bit. Okay, that worked slightly better. So we are slow. This build will be slow, but we can probably do more higher. Yes, I think that's what it comes down to, right? As soon as you can move faster than the speed of light. Let's just change our skills up. I want my companion, want Volt here. As soon as you move faster than the speed of... Let's put Volt on 1, sorry. As soon as you move faster than the speed of light, you can be at all places at the same time, right? Which means you are no longer theoretically bound by time, meaning you can be superpositioned or something, I don't know. it's super trippy if you think about it. That's the problem, right? Like it's very difficult to actually think about it in a way that makes sense. But yeah, it's got to have something to do with that, right? Okay, I don't know what I'm doing, to be honest. Yo, I'm like where I did my shit, everything died there, right? So, but it feels like I'm super squishy. I don't think we'll be able to push as high as I want to. Look at how much damage they do to me. I don't know. I think we should get a prize, to be honest. And we even did it while playing Diablo. I mean, maybe that was the secret, right? I don't know what I'm doing. I think, like, what I don't, like, understand how to do damage, but what I kind of have trouble with is understanding how I'm gonna survive, because I feel like I'm squishy. That's the problem with playing my brain dead build for too long. I honestly have no idea what I'm supposed to be doing. And this is going badly already on a D16. Well, as soon as we've set up our sentries, we can just spam, it seems. But we have to find like a proper way of setting them up, and we have to find a way to bunch up the enemies, which seems to be more difficult than I thought. Without actually dying. Do I take a lot of damage? If I make like a little kill zone and I stand on the inside, it's easy. As you can see, then I just spam. So what maybe we should do is make a kill zone and then go and find all the enemies. But I'm not super confident that we'll actually be able to do this on a higher level that we've been doing until now. Because they shoot the shit out of me. I don't know, dude, we might just have not have the skills yet. Because if you look at the damage I've taken there, right? Like as soon as if this is like a tier a 110 or something even, we would have been dead now. We wouldn't have been able to actually do anything. But that might just mean that we'll take it slow, right? Spam sentry, shoot, spam sentry, shoot. Shoot. I don't know. I think I'm gonna suck. I don't think this is gonna go well. The damage seems super low as well. I don't know why this is supposed to be better. I guess it might just be an experience issue.
I will not do that. I need healing.
Yo, the damage I get is super high. I don't know, this won't work well. I'm kind of sad that we did this now. We should probably have farmed more. Okay, well, we'll kill the Rift Guardians super quick. But we take way too much damage, that's the problem here. We are gonna struggle a lot with damage in the higher tiers. Unless we take it probably really slow. So we are gonna... I mean, we need to at least be able to do a tier 20, otherwise we might as well just stick to Spinny Boy, right? So we are gonna just go crazy, go to tier 20 and hope for the best. Not tier 20, a 120. And then after the 120, that's probably gonna suck extremely badly. I'll need to go and get something to drink first because I'm quite thirsty. Okay? Anyways, let's see what happens. We'll wait for that rift to close. Yeah, I'm still winning, but remember that was not a greater rift, it was just a normal tier 16 rift, which is actually super easy. And if you imagine how fast we've been doing them with the other guy, I can't imagine that we'll be able to do a higher tier on this than we've been doing. Gonna try it anyways. But I'm a bit concerned about survivability. I think we're gonna die very easily. So let's do 107, that's the highest we can do at the moment, and we're gonna go slow, man. And when I say slow, I mean slow. Oh, below. Shit. See, the problem is we kill them so slow, we need to have like big groups of them at the same time. And I'm too scared to go and get a big group because let's just see how it's gonna go, right? Like the damage is way too much. I should have been standing in that yellow ring.
Need more time.
See that's been like that, right? That's pretty much, and then all our sentries are dead if I die, so we pretty much screwed then. Like it's not very forgiving once you die, because regenerating the sentries is pretty much impossible. This is not gonna go too smooth, bro. We should not have done this now. I don't think this was a good idea. Oh, look at the damage, and they are smelting me. We are probably not going to be able to even clear this. This is definitely not better. I hate it when they wall me. Like, I need to go and watch some videos about how they play this, I think. Like, look at that, like, elite where you're not even close to killing him. I don't know. Need to watch videos on this. Like even just the small little bugs kill me like almost instantly. We'll probably clear it in time, right? We'll probably clear it. We can still clear it even if we still die a couple of times. But the problem is, this means that it's not performing better than the other build, and it's supposed to perform better than the other build. So this does have to mean that I'm doing something wrong there I die again. I have to be doing something wrong. Or maybe and that sucks because then we've just wasted like an hour on doing this now. But that's okay, at least we know then. This is freaking useless. I don't know if it's because we just have not our gear is probably not good enough, and we still have too lower level. That sucks. I mean, it's very bad. Yeah, we'll just have to farm more paragons, and then we'll probably try with the pushes on the bar, because I think the bar is gonna be easier to push. Theoretically, it's supposed to be less squishy. I don't know, this didn't work at all. And you're supposed to, like, the problem is you're supposed to bring them all together into a nice little bundle, right? But I can't do that because I die too fast. Like, there's no way I can survive long enough to bring them into a bundle. That's really sad. Nope, there's no way. I need to... yeah, I need to definitely figure out the build way better. I suck at this now. I don't know. Like, it's definitely not worth it yet, clearly. I don't know what I'm doing wrong though, like... I have everything that I theoretically need. Why am I so bad? And my gear is like, most of it's ancient, is ancient. Why am I so bad? That's like, baffles my mind. So, I mean, that sucks. So let's just get our gear back from this dude.
Some people will use a symbolism of the
Okay.
God is a brilliant light.
But yeah, that was very bad. Let's change back to our... Oh, that's a store. Well, that sucks. I need to do some research, I think. Okay, so this is the set we want. It actually does the gems as well. That's perfect. Okay, now for this set we do need to look at our... That's a pity, man. I should just be probably focusing on maybe getting the push build out for the barbarian rather than, because that was terrible. Extremely shit. Okay, let's get our enchantress up again. This guy's empty now, right? We can leave that on him. Okay, hire her. Okay, inventory, what did we give her? We need to go and get the correct gems on that. We want a yellow gems. Well, that's pity. Oh, and I never saved the build that we just made. That was even more stupid. Yes, I was gonna go get something to drink, but I forgot, and I'm gonna stop streaming at 10, so now I might as well just push through. I'm really kind of sad for how that went. I guess that's just what it is, right? Which of these are better? Probably the one that I've got on. That's gonna go to... Okay, let's look at this. Enchantress, no. I on Enchantress. Enchantress. That's gonna stay there, that's gonna go there. It's insane how bad that went. I've got the Oculus ring on. What's the other ring we want to know? We don't actually want legendary gems on her, I see now. I'm not sure why I've got them on there. Let's remove them. Oh well, I guess that's what it is. Unity, what's the other ring we have on her? We have Oculus and Unity. Okay. Okay. Those are all gonna go back in my... Don't know why that's here. That's something we got new that can be destroyed. Captain Crimson we can keep for now. Flavor of Time, is that a X1 that will go into the... that's all going into my inventory, into my extremely overfilled the witching hour she's got on. Sure, dude, I messed this up quite badly now. Okay, we want yellow gems for her. We can make her a lot of yellow gems at least. Okay. That's a pity. I thought we would smash it way better than that. I'm just gonna put all of this shit here for now because I don't really know where we're supposed to be putting all of this. Need to do some housekeeping. Because I'm pretty sure like we could even, and we'll try that now just to check, we could probably even push a... We could probably push that tier rift on this dude now with this set. I'm pretty sure. But that's fine. We need probably just more paragons, I think I underestimate how big an effect that is. So what we'll probably do is farm with this, and then we'll start building the barbarian to actually do pushes with. I think that will probably be more efficient. Okay, we've got a lot of those now, that's great. Okay, let's get her gemmed up. Okay. I think that should be that. I hope we're not missing anything now. Luckily we could still have some time to farm some levels, and then I'm definitely gonna have to go watch some proper guides on how the hell I'm supposed to run that other thing, because that was a shit show. And just to get ourselves in a fun mood, we'll run a puzzle ring quickly. So puzzle rings are pretty much rings that you can use to send you to a domain where you just farm a shitload of gold and gems. What? Oh, that's just better. So we grab one of our puzzle rings.
You did everything.
We're just pretty much going to kill a lot of goblins and steal all their shit.
Words can say.
Puzzle ring, and then we have to make it ancient because then we get even more shit. So we use one of our
Your
crucibles
strength
to make it
is needed to
ancient.
end the horrors that beset this world.
And then
My
we
final
go
wish
goblin clubbing.
is that you find your path. Love always.
But yeah, maybe we'll make the bar our push guy. Yeah, domain is like a world. I think we need to make the bar then for pushing. Look at all these little goblins. Why aren't they dying? There we go. Look at all the stuff. All the beautiful stuff. Okay, so this is all just material and gems and shit. So you get these gems, those puzzle rings get spawned every now and again. It's just, I'm gonna kill all of them and then we'll run back and get all our stuff because I'm afraid that some of them will disappear. Yay! Goblin clubbing!
Just a taste.
Goblin clubbing! So you get those puzzle rings and then you can just open the portal to this place where you just farm the crap out of this, all of this. And then you kill like the Wolfcockadeur goblin. I hope the other stuff's still there when I go back into the other room. Kill this guy quickly because he's squishy. And then he dies. Yeah, it's weird that it is there, but all the loot that pops out is so satisfying. I hope I didn't lose all of it now. Hopefully I go back and still have it. I can't go back. Shit! I literally didn't loot any of it. Wait a minute, if we do, we might still be able to go back. If we go back to the town, I think. No, it's gonna portal. And we go back here, yes. Yes, okay, we can still go back, luckily. Holy moly, I almost screwed that up. And then we get a lot of material and a lot of gold. And some legendaries. Now our inventory is full, we need to drop all the yellows because we want the legendaries. Give me the fucking legendary. I'm gonna pick that up, man, come on. There's something legendary underneath it. Oh, we don't have a lot of time. Run and click, run and click. Ah, damn it, I should have been picking up as I go. Okay, now we know we don't kill the boss until you've looted everything. That was a bit stupid, so I lost a lot of that stuff, but luckily we still got a lot of the materials. But anyway, so yeah, I think maybe the Barbarian will be the better character to make the push with. Because this was really not good. I need to do some research to see maybe there's like a better level at which you should start pushing only. But luckily on this guy we can still. Let's do to experiment now, right? Let's do a 107 on this dude. To see, we could probably, we are gonna be slower and we'll have to play way more carefully now. But look at the damage, right? You imagine just like how we struggle to kill them with the supposed push build, and look at how much faster it goes now. I think we might be slightly more squishy, but we can avoid. So I definitely need to figure out like what I'm doing wrong in that other one, because the other one should be pushing better than this, but this is definitely pushing better at the moment. This is way easier, so I don't know what I've been screwing up in the other one. We'll take it slower on this one, obviously, but we can definitely push higher than on the other one. But like all the streamers I've watched said the other one will definitely push higher. Squishy means you die, you're very low health basically. Not low health, but like easy to kill. Like if they hit you once, you die. That's what squishy means. It's a term that comes from World of Warcraft pretty much. But yeah, it means like you're not very solid, like not very tanky. If they hit you or smack you, you die very easily. Yes, exactly. So you're easy to squash, basically. Okay, so this is definitely not as fast as we've been doing the hundreds, but I mean we are doing it. Like, and the other, it was all but impossible on on my push skill that I just assembled. So I don't know what. I might just not be playing it well, right? This is obviously super easy. I just tried it the whole time, but the other one might just have been more complex, and I just don't know how to play it well enough yet. But this is way better. This is actually going to be relatively fast. So maybe we should see how high we can push at this point. No, I have no idea. Where did it come from? That elite doesn't want to die. There we go. Wow, this is actually going better than I expected. And as I said this, I'm probably gonna die. Oh wow, that's insanely funny. It's crazy how like one thing that happens like that can just stick forever, right? Because it's such a well-known term in computing. Like, do you think the people that thought of that term would have imagined it was going to be something that people will still say like way into the future? That's interesting. And here's the other question. If you think people knew things like that would have been used for so long, you think they would have changed the way that they name it, right? Like, they probably have thought differently about it. Not that bug is it's a super cool term, right? And everyone immediately knows exactly what it means. But I find it interesting but let's see why we can push at this build maybe. I mean, I don't know why the other one was struggling, but new plan is we'll just farm a shitload of levels with this dude, and then we'll use the barbarian to push later on. That is the plan now. And we'll definitely need to go and do some researchness. Okay, 110. Oh damn, get out of that shit. I shouldn't stand in the explosion. Yeah. Oh, okay. I wonder what that was. But it seems to be... Is it stable again now? Okay, the 110 is a bit more difficult, but we got shitty enemies as well. Oh man, and I stood in that freaking arcane beam. So we'll probably still be able to do this level, but it's gonna be way slow. Like, and the fatties explode, I hate those. It's crappy enemies as well. It's slow. It's like just this. It's a slow rift in general, and I'm dying as well. But we will be able to finish it in less than 15 minutes still. Not gonna be fun though. fatties are freaking irritating, man.
I must heal.
Like the explosions they do is super irritating.
Too low on discipline.
Yeah, my enchantress is dying the whole time as well, so she didn't be. I'm gonna have to find different gear for her. Gear, there's like an item that prevents her from dying, so I need to get that. But I mean, we'll finish it, it's just not gonna be as fast as it could. Like, it wouldn't be farm viable because it would be too slow. But it's yeah, it's just I find it weird that I'm doing better with this than the other one. Maybe it's just because the other one is more difficult to play. I don't know. That's a lot of damage. Oh, they're chucking fireballs at me. Okay, we probably won't go higher than the 110 because we could maybe finish it, but we'll be dying the whole time. That just gets irritating. That will just get irritating. Yo, that's gonna get very frustrating. Okay. So that is one tank, yes. And he's making beams.
Need more time.
That takes super long to kill him. Okay, he's finally down. But yeah, it's slow. It's very slow. Oh, this is a slow map as well, which makes it even worse. But Monkey patch. My dog wants to go out. Probably have to take him out after this. I think I can pause for just a moment. I just need to take the dog out. He's standing here looking at me. Okay, so got this. It's working, but it's very slow. So 110 is probably our max at the moment. It's definitely our max at the moment. I would just like, yeah, I need to understand why the other build didn't work for me now. Because theoretically I think the gear we've got there is better. I'll read that in a moment once we're done here. And obviously our companion is dying the whole time as well. Oh, there's two. Okay, wow.
You want more?
This is working, but it's definitely not smooth.
Still waiting.
Wow. Okay, let's see how this goes. How the Guardian goes.
Need more time.
Okay, there's a lot of damage on the Guardian. Like single target works quite well. Especially if it's a slightly squishy boss like this. Okay, that was still like 7 minutes. Let me read the message. Ugh, no, it's just I like the grind. Did you guys end up getting the actual item that you were grinding for? That's the question. Was it worth it in the end or not? Okay, so we could push 10 relatively. Oh, don't leave, we just want to be out.
Need to go back.
10 worked well, let's just grind a bunch of... 110 worked well. But let's just grind a bunch of hundreds now to get our experience up. Yeah, it's a pity that I haven't been able to get. Oh, that sucks, dude. That sounds very rare then. But it is like, there's something that is fun about farming for like a rare thing like that, right? Because eventually, one day, when you do get it, it's like really, really satisfying. Really satisfying. But yeah, it does usually take super long. If it's a low drop rate. It's like the primal ancients in this. You get there's an extremely low drop rate, but once you get it, man, it's fun. Let's do hundreds. We want to be quick. Oh, this is going to be a joy right now after the other things. Yep, pretty much for free. Unless I stand in the fire like that, which is obviously not clever. Nice, a power pylon. Oh, the Enchantress. Why is the Enchantress dying so easy? That's a bit weird. He shouldn't be dying on this one. Oh wow. Well, at least you got the one, right? I need to check my Enchantress's gear because I don't know why she died back there. It's not supposed to die on this difficulty. As far as I know. I need to remember, there's like a buff that I need to pick enemies every now and again to get. I need to remember. But it is quick. This is how we grind it, man. I'm not a massive fan of this this dungeon. Of this floor at least. And I hate the freaking explodey enemies because then I have to stand still and wait for the explosion to pass. Especially if I move into a dead end. But we are blasting now. This is fun though. I probably enjoy farming more than that I enjoy pushing in the end. But I guess if we have a fun pushing build, it'll be slightly more enjoyable, but I need to, yeah. Definitely, I think I've decided now not to push the Demon Hunter first, but to push the Barbarian first. See, the benefit of the Barbarian is that it's the pushing build for the Barbarian is super tank. Because I think the problem for me is like surviving is something that I found very difficult in the other one. And I'm assuming if you've got the skills, you know how to avoid damage better, but clearly I still have trouble with that, right? And then it's just better to probably push with something that's got a bit more survivability. Okay, there we go. Okay, now we need to go and spend our gold again. Not a gold, our blood shards, but there's now very specific, we'll check what we need to get for the Barbarian. Yeah, so the elite enemies, the ones that glow yellow and blue, all have specific powers, right? So they've got a chance to do the lasers, or like the walls that they put up around me, all the little explosions on the floor, all of those are, like the elite enemies have a random chance to do those things. The lasers are the freaking most irritating one. I shouldn't have left the game because I needed to go and get the experience for that rift. That was stupid. Okay, so let's see now what we want is, where is the actual build now? This is Whirlwind Barb, I think. So look, pushing tier list. LOD Hota is the one we want to build. So what we need to check what we want for the enchanters. We have that hat. I should have checked if we had this. I'm not sure. I can't remember what we have and what we don't have. Idiot. I don't know what we have and what we don't have. These we'll just make. Hotel Russia, the Witching Hour. Let's just get the belt. Yeah, let's farm for the belt. I hope we don't have that belt yet. I need to probably check before spending all my blood shards. Oh, I should just have left the items here for now.
I can't carry anymore.
Nothing. Unfortunate.
Don't be shy. Wow, isn't that nice? Do come back again. That is too expensive.
Still nothing. Okay, well, never lucky, I guess. Let's do one more, then I need to end it. Need to get up a bit earlier tomorrow. So, I mean, luckily we still gained good paragons this evening. I'll probably have to farm some keys again tomorrow, because I think we don't have a lot of keys left. And then maybe more tomorrow we'll focus on, we've got 9. We'll focus a lot of farming tomorrow, but then also maybe, let's see how 2 goes, 1 or 2. Also, start seeing what we need to do to get the Barbarian, because I think I've definitely decided I'm not going to push this immediately. I'll do the Barbarian pushing first. I forgot to check if my Enchantress's gear is fine. Should be okay, I guess. Dead ends, never fun. That's a bit weird, like what oral speech, like at the for high school stuff or what? Or for the programming stuff, it's for high school stuff I'm assuming, right? That's a bit weird. That doesn't sound completely right. How do you do the oral speech for the online stuff? Do you have to do like a video call or what? what's the speech supposed to be about as well.
Okay.
Okay, you record yourself and you send it. That's interesting. What's it supposed to? What is your speech about? About how cool Diablo 3 is. Oh, and there I died. Ah, man. Okay, that's an interesting concept for a speech. Have you gotten your marks for it yet or not? Maybe we should stick to 100 because we wanted to. It was just slightly slower and I died just a couple of times more. Ah, dead end. Dead end suck. This is a tanky Rift Guardian, but luckily he's dying first. Okay, well, I think we need to do a bunch more farming. And then, like I said, we'll try and get the bar to a place where we can push, because he's supposed to be more tanky, I think. So hopefully we can get him there. Okay, we need to see, okay, so we need shoulders, so we now know we can gamble shoulders, and we don't need this, luckily, that's good. We need to gamble shoulders. And those we can just make. Okay, we'll figure that out. Okay, so let's scan these in. Okay, yeah, 7 out of 10 is really good. Why aren't you allowed to wear hoodies though? That's a weird rule. That is a very weird rule. Got a whole lot of nothing. Anyways, yeah, this isn't a great run. Okay. Anyways, okay, so we had an interesting experience this evening and it didn't work, but luckily it was still fun. Yeah, Edie's really, it's a strange rule. Anyways, I'm gonna call it. But thanks a lot for tuning in again tonight, dude. It was great having some chats, and yeah, we did an experiment and it didn't work, but luckily now we know what to avoid for now. So yeah, thanks a lot. I hope you enjoyed it and have a great evening. And cool, man. Good luck with the SQL stuff.